New day, who this? Don't mind the perspiration right there. It's hot. It's hot. Okay, so I'm starting a new video right now, and I'm just getting back to the house after dealing with the gas situation over at the Flip House. So cool deal that got all squared away. As I begin this, I know I'm tripping. I know I'm tripping, getting ready to go do what I'm getting ready to go do. I'm getting ready to go look at another boat. Do I ever learn my lesson? Not really. Be honest with you. Oh God, that's so cold and delicious. Mountain Dew is actually my favorite soda. And green popsicles, the lime ones that kind of taste like Mountain Dew, them shits are awesome. I'm bored, I'm looking for things. It's summertime, COVID's over with, the world's back open. What are we doing? I mean, is it vacations and, you know, trips that cost so much money? Or is it a boat that's gonna be like a catcher in baseball that we're just gonna throw money at? I mean, one way or another, I wanna enjoy life. You know, I really do. And so I'm looking at this boat. Found a boat on Facebook Marketplace. Found a RV on Facebook Marketplace, a tow behind trailer. RV is probably the better bet because it's way cheaper, but you don't know. Just because it's cheap don't mean that it's good. And it could be nothing but problems. The boat is cheap-ish. So what I'm looking at, getting ready to go look at, is a 1998, my God, some of you watching these videos weren't even born yet, a 1998 Sea Ray 270, 27-foot Sea Ray. This thing is a hoss. Now it looks like it's in great condition interior-wise. It's got a nice little cabin. Hell, this bitch is an RV on the water. Problem is, there's no pictures of the motor. Other problems is after talking with the owner of this boat, he has kept this thing on a lift all year, hasn't ran it in a year, hasn't de-winterized it, but I guess you don't need to de-winterize it if you keep the batteries on and you keep it warm inside, supposedly. And he wants $14,000 for this boat. Now, this is not to flex. It's not about that at all. Will I end up getting this? I don't know. I think what I'm gonna try to do is use this. I'm laughing saying this because I'm probably gonna end up buying this if it's in good shape. I'm trying to use this as a learning experience, a lesson. Joe needs to learn how to say no, because a lot of times I don't know how to say no. And you know what? I don't do the drugs, but maybe the boat is like a drug to me. I keep going back. I didn't learn my lesson from that $5,000 loss. We're gonna see. I really just want to see the condition of this motor. And it's only got a single motor. A boat like this is probably, I mean, it's got a big block V8 in it, whatever that's gonna be, a 350. Maybe it's got something bigger than that. I wanna see how accessible the motor is. It's an inboard, outboard motor. Those things are pesky, especially for an old motor. The outdrive on this boat, which is the back little prop area, had been replaced 5 years ago. And again, no pictures of the motor. One thing that I can tell you, and I'm no frickin' mariner here, but I can tell you this. One thing when it comes to looking at a boat is you don't look at, nothing else really matters except for that condition of that motor. Just because that thing runs don't mean shit. What does that motor look like? Does it look like there's been water in there? Does it look like there's been oil leaks and rust all over the place? Does it look like the boat's been well maintained? How many hours are on that motor? Is there a bunch of damage? Did they take care of the boat? Did they run it into docks? Like I said, this one's been kept on a boat lift behind some guy's house, straight flex. And it's relatively close to me, which is a huge problem. Because if this thing is even remotely good, Joe's gonna pull the trigger on this. And what about the dogs though? What about old Lucy just sitting there smelling the air, looking at me like, don't go buy a boat. Let's go buy a bunch of dog toys. Right? Lucy! Oh, she heard me. All right. I'm gonna get ready to go check this boat out, bring you guys along, probably get some pictures of this thing and share with you guys how this whole experience goes. And hopefully by the time I come back, I'm not telling you guys that I bought this boat, but you might be seeing me out on the boat. Can we get a sea trial? Do you got the plug in it? Is it gonna float? Like, I mean, this is what I don't understand about this situation. Dude said, well, I haven't started it in a year. Okay, well, guess what? We're getting ready to start it. You ready to take a ride? You got some gas in it? Is the gas good? It's probably bad gas if it's that old. And 27 feet, that's a little yachty right there. The other boat I was looking at was only 25. 2 feet on a boat, that's a lot. Ask your girl. I'm kidding. Kidding. All right, let's go see how this adventure is going to turn out, because guess what? Joe does stuff. I do stuff, things. things, all sorts of things. I really don't do too much of anything. All right, just had to get changed. Looking like a court-appointed lawyer right now. And on my way to go check out this boat. You know, I guess with everything that you go and try to find off of Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, OfferUp, anything like that, you always hope that whatever it is going to be like that deal. This is the one, right? Maybe, but I guess only time will tell. And again, the biggest thing is what does that motor look like? That's going to be the most important thing. I wish I could show you guys the way I'm dressed. I got a black shirt, green pants, blue shoes. I'm looking like straight depression, or like a court-appointed lawyer. So let's go see how this plays out. I'm gonna definitely get some pictures. Who knows, we might even be on the water with this money, you know, doing the sea trial. We'll just have to wait and see. If that motor looks like a bunch of doo-doo, then ain't no need to go any further. All right, so hear me out. I bought a boat. I'm kidding, no, I didn't do it. I didn't buy it. It's still a possibility, but you know, the boat wouldn't, oh, I thought that was the gas company I was passing right there, son of a gun. The boat wouldn't start. And the guy was like, you know, I just had it running a week ago, but the boat hasn't ran in a year. So it's probably got bad gas in it. Sounds like the batteries are super dead on the boat. It rained its ass off yesterday. There's a bunch of water on the boat. There is a little bit of damage to a handrail. The motor looks like it's in okay condition. It's a lot of shit going on that motor, and the guy doesn't have, you know, any kind of service records on it in terms of getting it serviced. Hey, I just had a guy come out and do an oil change, you know, every so often. So a bunch of red flags right there. He's the third owner, no way to know how many hours are on that boat. It's got a huge V8 motor on it, Merc Cruiser. I think it's maybe it's a 5.7, I can't remember what it is. It's a 300 horsepower motor. I spent quite a bit of time down in the engine compartment on that boat, throwing battery chargers. He had 2 different battery chargers on 2 different batteries, and sometimes 2 battery chargers on 1 battery, and still the boat would not crank up fully. Definitely would like to try to get a sea trial out of it. The dude's got the boat listed for $14,000. He's of the belief that this boat is probably worth about $22,000. I just don't know, and I'm not really trying to, you know, lowball this dude too much, because I do feel like that is a very fair price for that boat. Interior, it's nice. This boat can sleep probably 6. You know, it's got a microwave, it's got a refrigerator. I mean, it's got 2 different little sleeping compartments. It's got a decent sized head. But the fact of the matter is the boat don't start, so that's an issue. And yeah, I just don't know. So he definitely told me that he would keep me first in mind on the boat. He said he's got a bunch of people trying to come check the boat out. They want to come check it out this weekend, but I'm right here, and he knows that I'm legit, because we spent probably a good 30-45 minutes just hanging out, shooting the shit. And what a nice guy this dude was. Real estate guy. He's flipped a shit ton of houses. He's been through the 07-08 recession. He lost his ass in this recession too, and the story that he shared with me was just insane. This is a man that used to have an 80-unit complex, sold that. I think he said he ended up with like $3-point-something million, and invested in 2 different real estate deals, and in both situations those folks went bankrupt and he lost everything. He said he was making $18,000 a month just in interest, and lost everything. Ended up in a divorce. He's selling his house, but he's making a good, he's got a beautiful house right on the water, boat lift, everything. It's just crazy. But the boat don't go, and that should be a big red flag, Joe. So we'll see. He said he's gonna try to get the boat running. You know, I kind of want to offer him, like, you know, hey, look, you got to list it for 14, take 13, take 12, because I'm gonna have to go get this bitch flushed out and go get, you know, a full service done on this motor, and God only knows. I don't know that I'll try to lowball him to 12. That might be kind of like a disrespectful type of thing, but 13 might be fair. It's a fairly decent condition of a boat that, you know, it's 22 years old, 23 years old. This bitch is a classic, damn near. We'll see. Just interesting meeting this real estate tycoon type of a dude. I think he's still doing real estate now. He said he can't find no houses, and we had a long conversation about that. You know, how to find houses. So who knows? Hey, Bill, I got an opportunity. Could be an investor if we don't get the boat. So who knows? Good meeting though. Good little time. I didn't say no. I know I said that I wanted this to be a lesson in me learning how to say no. I was ready to say yes as soon as that thing started up. Joe, you ain't got no willpower.